The game just started. You're watching Walk, Talk, Hawks. Let's go. What's up? Walking and talking again with my buddy John here, our resident Seahawk expert. Let's talk about last game and let's also talk about what we see for this game today. So last game, let's talk about running backs.
Okay, it was a good game, good showing. Disappointing that Rawls nor Preseason could play.
Yep.
We'll be in the same dilemma this evening. Neither guys are active or be ready to play tonight. They still recover from injuries. Lacey strong between the tackles, which is going to be his strength. You know, he's not Marshawn. People need to forget that right now. He's not going to run past guys, but he will run through people, and I think you'll see that more as the year goes on. You started to see that a little bit in week 2 of the preseason.
Go Hawks! Go Hawks, man! Say go Hawks!
So Rawls, Preseason, both injured again, right? Is that what I heard?
Yep.
Right?
Yep. Neither will play tonight against the Chiefs.
So what I do like is that Chris Carson cat. We talked about him 3 weeks in a row.
Yeah. Well, I think he's the story of the preseason.
Yeah,
you know, being a 7th round pick. I think the things you can't see with Carson's what makes him special, right, is the work ethic he's putting in behind the scenes. It's the small things. It's pass protection. I think you'll see that more tonight. I think he'll be in on 3rd downs. How can he protect Russell? It was something Marshawn was really good at. Something that Krista Michael really struggled with last year.
Yep. Say it. No, louder. Pass protection. So we're talking about pass protection.
Yep.
Man, that was really bad.
Yeah, it was brutal. You know, I mean, he's worked hard in the offseason, put on 25 pounds, good weight, as well as being in condition to last the whole year. And it was just a bad blow, really the worst thing that can happen in the preseason game.
Especially because he was just trying to get his reps in. He was getting the experience being a basketball player. I like that.
Yeah.
And now he's out. So who's going to be replacing him on that side?
So in the pecking order, first up will be Reese Odhiambo, former 3rd round pick last year out of Boise State.
Yep.
So he'll be moving back outside to tackle, which is what he played all through 4 years of college at Boise State.
Okay.
He does not have the ideal length of a left tackle. He's only 6'3". He actually looked, if you watch him closely in the game tonight, he looks smaller than the average lineman. He's not as tall, doesn't have the arm length, usually the prerequisite 35-inch arms that you see from O-linemen in the NFL when they're being drafted. That's kind of what they aim for. But what he does, he's a good run blocker, and in a zone scheme that the Seahawks run, you want linemen that are athletic and they can get to the 2nd level defense, right? So you want to initial snap, make initial contact, get to the linebackers, and that's when a lot of the Seahawks pop a lot of their runs, and that's what Reese is really good at. Pass protection, it's a work in progress, and I think that's where he's a downgrade from Fam, and that's where he's going to need to improve.
Casey Williams. Okay. He had amazing catches in game
2 weeks in a row.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. What are we going to see from him? I mean, do you think he's going to make the squad? I think he's going to make this team.
He's on the team. He just has to stay healthy. That'll be the only thing that hurts him. It's something that has been an issue with him, you know, dating back to his time at UW. Ability-wise, I mean, he looks like the Cason that UW recruited out of Sammamish, you know, out of Skyline. So, you know, he's just going to take playing time. You know, as they ease Lockett back in, it's just a slow process, and you don't want to overwork Doug. I think Cason will get more and more targets. Wow. So I think, you know, he has the size, unlike any other receiver on the roster. He's 6'3", and he's got the vertical of over 40 inches, right, which you don't often see as much in the NFL. You see it more in the NBA. But I think his size, his strength, it's starting to take over in games.
Most definitely. So I miss Ricardo Lockett. He was kind of almost like that guy. He didn't get the targets that I was expecting.
He didn't have quite the hands, nor was he as polished of a route runner.
Yeah, so Casey Williams, definitely an upgrade from Ricardo Lockett. Much respect to Ricardo Lockett, by the way.
Lockett's great. I mean, he didn't make a Pro Bowl, but probably should have as a special teams player.
Most definitely. Oh, and special teams. That's where Casey Williams will
Well, he
get
made
a
the
lot
tackle last week. Yeah, it's something that if you're going to get playing time at that position in this offense, that's something that helps you get the final roster spot over somebody else. You know, for example, Kenny Lawler that struggles, even though he also had a tackle last week on special teams.
So for today's game against the Chiefs, what are we expecting?
Well, I think what you want to watch for is running the ball. How does the running back rotation go? You know, how quickly do they go to Chris Carson? Is it within the first series? Do they wait a quarter? You know, how quickly they show him, knowing that Rawls and Process are out, I think will be kind of a sign with what we're going to see as we approach the regular season. Another thing to watch, obviously, the offensive line. Chiefs have one of the best pass rush units in the league, right? They get a lot of pass rush from their outside guys. They have Tom Bahali, right? He's getting older. He complained about his contract in the offseason, but still very productive. You know, he'll get around 10 sacks a year. They have D Ford, who's coming up into the contract year, former first-round pick out of Auburn. Great pass rusher. And they have Justin Houston, who last year missed the start of the year with a knee injury. He's a perennial, 10 to 12 sack guy as well. So if there's a game for Odiombo to get tested, this is probably it.
Yeah, exactly. That O-line definitely they need to show us what we have.
And I think the third thing to watch for in the game is what is the rotation at linebacker. KJ will be back this game.
Okay.
Right, he had the plasma added to his knee, the surgery that Kobe once went to Germany to have done.
Okay.
So anyway, that's supposed to help. We'll see if it does or not. But he'll be back with Bobby. You know, when they do have three linebackers out there, is Garvin the other guy? I think Will Hoyd's still having some issues with his calf, so I don't think he'll play tonight. Garvin struggled a little bit last week. He got picked up one of Delvin Cook's longest runs. He got picked up, committed too far inside. The center trapped down on him, and it led to like a 15-yard run. So some of that is being assignment sound, and that's what the Seahawks really pride themselves in.
So how many quarters will our starters be playing?
They will play the whole half, and I would not be surprised if some play the first possession into the second half. And that the reason is you want to get them used to coming back. What does it feel like coming back from a half when the regular season starts?
All right. Anything else to wrap it up?
No. Chiefs are 2-0. Seahawks are 2-0. They've probably been the two best teams so far in the NFL through 2 weeks. So we'll see who comes out on top on this one. Go Hawks. Go Hawks.
Go Hawks.
Go Hawks.
Go Hawks.
Go Hawks.
I gotta fill that in for my next Walk Talk Hawks video.